Good evening, and we begin here tonight with a breathtaking fall from grace for one of the most powerful men in media. Bill O'Reilly was the conservative colossus who stood astride primetime cable news for 20 years. But tonight he's out of a job at Fox News after a wave of sexual harassment allegations. Here's ABC's Nick Watt.
Bill O'Reilly, siren of the right, Fox News colossus for 2 decades, watched nightly by millions.
You are about to enter the no spin zone.
Today, the axe just fell after multiple accusations of sexual and now racial discrimination. 67-year-old Riley, the pioneer of opinion-led commentary on cable news, is gone.
For 20 years, Bill O'Reilly was the most important face of the most important cable news network.
The end came just hours after lawyer Lisa Bloom detailed the testimony of yet another accuser.
She said that he would walk by her desk and say, mm-hmm, and grunt and moan at her. Otherwise, he would never talk to her. He'd say, looking good girl, when she got off the elevator. And probably most offensive to her was that he had a nickname for her, Hot Chocolate, and she's African American.
Fire Bill O'Reilly! Allegations against O'Reilly have swirled for years, but perhaps the public protests, the advertiser exodus from the O'Reilly factor, finally forcing his employer's hand. Today, while O'Reilly shook hands with the Pope in Rome on his Easter vacation, in New York, the network's parent company issued this statement. After a thorough and careful review of the allegations, the company and Bill O'Reilly have agreed that Bill O'Reilly will not be returning to the Fox News channel. This evening, O'Reilly released a statement that reads in part, "It is tremendously disheartening that we part ways due to completely unfounded claims. But that is the unfortunate reality many of us in the public eye must live with today. I will always look back on my time at Fox with great pride." No details on the terms of O'Reilly's exit when his former boss, the network chairman Roger Ailes, was forced out after a sexual harassment scandal last year.
He tried to kiss me 3 times.
Ailes received a reported $40 million payout.
Bill O'Reilly arguably is going to walk away with more than Roger Ailes did.
An internal Fox memo obtained by ABC News and signed by Rupert Lachlan and James Murdoch reads in part, "Fox News has demonstrated again and again the strength of its talent bench. We have full confidence that the network will continue to be a powerhouse in cable news." O'Reilly reportedly earned around $18 million a year at Fox and brought in maybe 5 times that in ad revenue.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight.
Tucker Carlson will take his primetime slot starting Monday. The beginning of the end for O'Reilly came April 1st with a New York Times expose which claimed that 5 women who accused O'Reilly of historic harassment were given settlements totaling roughly $13 million on condition they would never talk. ABC News has not independently verified these claims. 2 days later, April 3rd in Los Angeles, Lisa Bloom revealed another O'Reilly accuser.
I'm not litigious. I don't want any money. There's no lawsuit.
In 2013, Dr. Wendy Walsh began a Thursday night slot on O'Reilly's show.
We are beginning a new segment called Are We Crazy?
It was a tryout. Soon, she says, she got a dinner invite from O'Reilly's assistant.
And I thought, wow, the big boss, wow. And he brought it up first as soon as we sat down to dinner, saying, we'd like to make you a contributor.
Then, after dinner, she says,
and as we walked past the hostess stand at the restaurant, he turned right towards the bedrooms. I turned left towards the bar, and he caught up with me and said, no, come back to my suite. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And then he became hostile. All his charmingness went away. And he said the words, "You can forget all the business advice I gave you. You're on your own."
That night, April 3rd, advertisers began to abandon O'Reilly's show. O'Reilly issued a statement on his website. "Just like other prominent and controversial people, I'm vulnerable to lawsuits from individuals who want me to pay them to avoid negative publicity."
I think one of the reasons why my clients got so much love from the public in the last couple of weeks is because they're not asking for any money.
2 days later, April 5th, even the president, an avid Fox News fan, weighed in during an interview with the New York Times.
I think he shouldn't have settled. Personally, I think he shouldn't have settled. Because I know Bill. Bill's a good person. I don't think Bill would do anything wrong.
The advertiser exodus, first a trickle, became a flood, but O'Reilly's ratings stayed strong, even grew, averaging 3.7 million every night last week. His viewers apparently untroubled by repeated reports O'Reilly was a serial offender, accused in 2002 of publicly berating a producer, in 2004 of making lewd phone calls to another producer, Andrea Macris, who says she taped the conversations. She sued.
I came back because he agreed to not ever talk to me that way again.
You claim that he said to the words to the effect of, if any woman ever breathed a word, I'd make her pay so dearly that she'll wish she'd never been born.
Correct.
O'Reilly hit back.
We filed an extortion lawsuit.
In court and on the air.
This is the single most evil thing I have ever experienced, and I've seen a lot. But these people picked the wrong guy. They can throw anything they want at me. I'll take it. And in the end, we'll see who's left standing.
They settled, and 13 years later, the New York Times reported that O'Reilly personally paid Macris $9 million, with both parties agreeing in that settlement that no wrongdoing whatsoever had occurred. The Times also reporting that back in 2011, O'Reilly also personally settled with former Fox Business Channel host Rebecca Gomez-Diamond for $1 million.
There's no question that there is a toxic culture at Fox News of sexual harassment and retaliation.
The problem was even bigger than O'Reilly. Fox ex-chairman Roger Ailes gave former Fox and Friends anchor Gretchen Carlson a $20 million settlement and an apology. She had claimed Ailes sabotaged her career because she refused his sexual advances.
Boy, I hope I've helped other women to win.
Ailes denied the claims in his resignation letter, saying, "I will not allow my presence to become a distraction."
We're talking here about a culture of sexual harassment, a culture, a hostile work environment that they knew they had a problem with. They knew it because it came from the top down.
Middle of last week, the tide began to turn against Fox's biggest star. O'Reilly took what was characterized as a pre-planned vacation.
But we have a contest on BillO'Reilly.com. Guess where Bill's going? I'll have a full report when I return.
He never did. This was his final Fox sign-off.
Again, thanks for watching us tonight. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Please remember the spin stops here.
This week, dozens of women gathered outside Fox headquarters in New York demanding his ouster.
Fire Bill O'Reilly!
Eventually, more than 70 advertisers pulled out of the O'Reilly factor. Today, Fox finally parted company with its highest-rated star.
My clients who had the courage to step forward were vindicated. We got some accountability today.
That Fox internal memo reads in part, the decision follows an extensive review done in collaboration with outside counsel. Lastly, and most importantly, we want to underscore our consistent commitment to fostering a work environment built on the values of trust and respect.
This isn't over for Fox News. More women have come forward and may be retaining her. So this is just really the very beginning.
Everyone who has been an enabler for either Mr. Ailes, Mr. O'Reilly, or any others who have paid out millions of dollars in sexual harassment claims, those people should all be gone.
Hi, I'm Dana Perino. Thanks for watching us tonight.
Tonight, the O'Reilly Factor aired with a guest host in the chair, but now it's just called The Factor. I'm Nick Watt for Nightline in Los Angeles.